Double the party, triple the bass. Bataleon have taken their iconic Party Wave snowboard and given it the true twin treatment to create this, the Party Wave Twin. It is primed for freestyle shenanigans, side country slashes, and pretty much everything in between. I mean, where do we even start with this one? It's absolutely mental. We asked a lot of questions of this board and it answered all of them. Powder, park, piste. Honestly, you're gonna think you're drunk given how blurred the lines have become with the Party Wave Twin. But we loved it and it rides like almost nothing else out there. So let me break it down and explain the method in the madness. First up, let's take a look at the origins of the board. So as you can guess, it's an evolution of Bataleon's super popular Party Wave snowboard. Only here, they've fitted the crazy nose shape to both ends. But they've slightly reduced the waist width, which given that you've now got to factor in a full length tail, it makes it much more manageable to ride. So how did it fare out with our test team? Well, that's kind of the beauty of the Party Wave Twin. At first, it comes across as a pretty niche snowboard, but you'll be hard pressed not to find fun on every corner of the mountain with it. Having said that, you're definitely gonna want to try this thing when there's some fresh snow. The key difference compared to Bataleon's other twin boards is just how pronounced the uplift in the side base sections are, as well as how narrow the center base is. The combination of these two factors, as well as how much volume they've packed into the shorter length, makes the board extremely effective for floating in powder, as snow is pushed out from underneath the board and glides over the surface with much less resistance. And with the additional backseat inserts, you can fully capitalize on the deepest days with a little bit more of a setback stance to increase the surface area in the nose. Now, granted, you do lose out on that wider, more stable center base for things like popping off and pressing on, and the higher flanked side bases won't generate quite as much bite and drive in the tail of the board, but honestly, it's a trade-off that's probably worth making. You've almost got to rethink freestyle with this thing. It's not really a board for the big kicker line or heavy rails. You want to be thinking more along the lines of switch landings in powder, butters and face shots through pockets of fresh snow, and hitting every drop, pillow and cat track you can find. Obviously though, the powder gods won't always be on your side, so having a board that you can pull out the locker from early season through to late spring is a big bonus. Now luckily for us, we got to test the Party Wave Twin out in a bunch of conditions. Now remember, even with the triple base tech, there's still a fully positive tip to tail camber, and when the pieces were gripping, it was super easy to set this thing on an edge and rail a carve. By the same measure, it handled those classic spring slush conditions impressively well. The sidekick sections here in the nose and the tail, that's where the side base bevels up more drastically, are really effective in managing choppy conditions, and they make turn initiations feel super smooth and predictable. Underneath, you've got a pretty speedy sintered base, but the core doesn't go overboard on pricey carbon additives and super stiff space age materials. Instead, Bataleon have kept with their tried and trusted mid-stiffness biax laminates with a tough and durable poplar core. That not only takes a good chunk out of the price tag, but it's one of the reasons the Party Wave Twin is so fun to ride. That mellow, playful flex pattern is really intuitive to work, and it will have you going for new tricks and styles of riding you probably didn't even know you had in your bag. And you know what? That's kind of the point. It's a board like very few others on the market, which taps into the kind of riding we all wish we were doing more of. Okay, that's it for the Party Wave Twin. Check out our review of Bataleon's blaster bindings if you're looking for a set to pair with this board. We found they worked really well together. Also, let me know your thoughts or questions down below. Myself or one of the team will be happy to get back to you. And if you do want to keep up to date with this year's top snowboard product reviews from us, make sure you subscribe to the channel, where we've got a bunch of videos on our favorite snowboard gear dropping this winter. That's it. See you next time.